The ship named Aegiston tore through the upper atmosphere of an uncharted world, its hull ablaze, systems screaming in protest. Inside, 3 figures struggled to brace themselves. Captain Orion Vale fought the controls, sweat running down his brow. Beside him, Kayla Runesharp, intuitive, a xenobiologist, tried to reroute the power manually. And strapped to the rear crash harness was Nova Rain, a quiet, razor-sharp engineer with a hidden fire in her eyes. They crashed. When the smoke cleared, they were alive? Barely. The canopy of colossal violet trees loomed overhead, their bark metallic and humming. Valtara? The name wasn't in any star chart. They weren't supposed to survive here, but they had. Valtara was alive, pulsing within hours. They encountered their first native creature of Velthrax, a massive 6-legged beast with iridescent armor and tusks like plasma blades. It had chased them through a jungle maze until Kayla used an electromagnetic pulse to scare it away. "We're not at the top of the food chain here," she said breathlessly. Nova, always practical, salvaged what tech she could from the ship's wreckage. "We need shelter and a plan. Fast." Orion found himself watching both women, grateful, but aware of a growing tension. Between all of them, survival demanded unity, but isolation bred other things. At night, they took turns on watch. Beneath the alien stars, Kayla asked Orion softly, "What happens if no one finds us?" He didn't answer, days blurred. The jungle seemed to move with intent. Structures and ancient geometric rose from the moss. Nova discovered one embedded with a faintly pulsing power core. They could charge the emergency beacon. Inside the structure, they found Mural's beasts worshipped as gods. One, a winged creature like a dragon serpent, bore a striking resemblance to something Nova had seen in the treetops, but it wasn't just fear that simmered in the camp. Orion and Kayla grew closer, whispered lingering touches. Nova noticed. She wasn't jealous, not exactly. One night when Orion returned from the stream, Nova confronted him. "I know you care about her, but I'm not invisible either." He looked stunned. "Nova, She kissed him, quick, fierce. Later, Kayla found them seated too closely by the fire. Storms brewed inside and out. A pack of Velthrax descended at dawn. Chaos erupted. Nova was cornered. Kayla dragged into the brush. Orion fought with a plasma spear, yelling their names into the cacophony. Nova activated a proximity mine and collapsed part of the ruins on her attacker. Bleeding, she limped into the jungle, refusing to abandon them. Kayla tied in the nest of the beasts, used pheromone analysis to confuse them. When Orion found her, she was already halfway free. Back at camp, wounded and shaken, something shifted. Orion took Kayla's hand. "We can't afford divisions. You both matter to me." Later that night, all 3 sat close by the fire. Unspoken electricity sparked between them. Kayla leaned on Orion's shoulder. Nova leaned on his other. The signal beacon activated. A rescue ship was 11 days out. In the meantime, they uncovered a central temple in the jungle. It held a living core, a biomechanical heart that pulsed with planetary data. Kayla theorized the beasts were guardians. Nova believed they were tests. Together, they activated the heart. Visions flooded them. Valtara was no ordinary world. It was alive, sentient and lonely. It brought them here on purpose. Back at camp, emotions ran high. Kayla and Nova, once rivals, found common ground in survival, in shared affection. And Orion, he loved them both, and they him. Their bond deepened. Touches grew bolder, kisses shared. The fire of survival burned into something more. They weren't just surviving now, they were living. The rescue ship broke through the clouds, but as they prepared to leave, the jungle grew silent. A final guardian appeared, a beast of light and shadow, but it didn't attack. It watched, judging. Orion stepped forward. "We understand now. We'll remember." The creature bowed its head and vanished. They left Valtara behind, but it stayed with them. In dreams, in scars. Months later, they returned, not as castaways but as emissaries. Together, Kaela, Orion, Nova. 3 hearts. One promised Valtara had tested them, and they passed not by dominance, but by love. And in the stars. Their story was just beginning.